What's going on, RM Fantasy Nation? We are back for round one, Houston 1 of Monster Energy Supercross for 2021. I am Chase.
I'm Christian.
That's our man, Christian. We are your fantasy SXperts. We're going to be coming to you guys each and every week right after qualifying to talk about the races, to talk about your top five, the wild cards, weekly spoilers, give you stats, all the best information on riders and tracks to help you guys maximize your points and make the best picks possible. So you do not want to miss out. Go to RMFantasysX.com, Christian, right?
Yep. Get your account signed up. Get yourself in a group. You're always welcome in ours. And RM Fantasy SXperts. Compete with us. See how you do.
Lots of good groups. And we cannot forget about our man, Josh Prouse, who is behind the camera. He's the one running the show back there. So if you hear this voice.
What's up, guys?
That is Josh talking to Christian and I. He keeps us on track. He kind of puts us in our place. If we get a little bit too, off the...
Yeah, it can get a little wild sometimes.
It's a little wild sometimes, but we're going to do our best to stay on track and just give you guys the best info possible. If you missed our preseason show earlier this week, we had Dave Ping call in. He gave some great insight.
Kristen Beats blew us away with her stats.
Just laid down the authority.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we talked about it last week, but quick little recap. If you haven't signed up yet, you still have time. You can sign up anytime throughout the season. RMFantasysX.com. Free to play. We give away over $100,000 in prizes, including 2 race prep dirt bikes at the end of the year. We give away 100 weekly prizes. Doesn't matter when you sign up, you can always win a weekly prize. And we drop 2 lowest scores.
Yep. If you get all 17 rounds in, you'll drop your 2 lowest scores. So if you have a bad round, bad week, don't worry about it. The grand prize winners every year have a 10 or 15-point round, I swear.
That's right. So if you guys are watching, too, make sure you're chatting and talking with us. Fast Eddie, he just asked what's going on with qualifying right now. They keep pushing the time back. We do not know. They were supposed to be done at 2:30 Central Time. They're still on the gate waiting to drop it for the last qualifying for 450. So we will try and keep you guys updated as best we can as we go through the show and we see those qualifying times. Hopefully you guys have been watching Race Day Live. You already saw what happened in the first qualifying session because my boy, who I predetermined as tonight's race winner, he's already on top of the board. K-Rock. I've got my top 5 already laid out. Might change after the next qualifying session, but this is who I've got going on right now.
This is the picks. We'll check
so
back
far,
at the end
so
and
far,
see if
yeah.
it changes.
Roxon, Ciancerulo, Webb, my boy over here, Barsha, new on the gas, and Eli Tomac in 5th. And then what do you have written here on your sign right here? No rookie top 5s tonight. Change my mind.
I just have that feeling.
If you disagree with Christian right now, you guys should comment. Is Christian a fool for thinking that none of the 450 rookies tonight could crack the top 5?
Look at Willie. It's better than Christmas today, he says.
It is. When I woke up today, I was like, man, I cannot believe it's already the first round of Supercross. That's right, Dustin Moore. You and me are on the same team, my friend. Ken Rock for the win. All right, so we are in Houston for the first round, which means we need to talk about how to make your picks tonight because by far this is the hardest round, in my opinion, of any round to make because you've got like 18 or 19 factory riders lining up on the gate, which means wild card tonight is 10th place, which means we're going to have a factory rider landing in 10th place guaranteed.
I mean, it could literally be anyone. So,
man, it is going to be really tough. But, Christian, from that first qualifying session, was there anything that stood out to you? Any riders that maybe surprised you that you weren't expecting?
What really changed my mind in my head was Ferrandis in 17th. I mean, clearly, I don't know, maybe the wrist is bad, maybe something happened. I mean, it is first practice, I'll give you that. But
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty far back. I didn't expect him to be that far back. Sexton looks good in 6th. No McElrath. Hartraft was 21st. I'm just staying away from the rookies first round to see what happens.
Yeah, and Wilson for me, there's a lot of people commenting right now saying Wilson top 5 or, maybe Wilson for 10th. And that's the hard part is you could have a guy qualify in 3rd tonight and still get 10th in the main event if you don't get a good start. So, oh my gosh, it's going to be so tough.
That's that fantasy life where you can't let your heart take over your picks.
Right.
You can do it if you want to just be that way, but if you're looking for prizes.
Rocco BO3 thinks that Tomac either crashes out or takes top 5, crashes out of the top 5 or wins tonight. I would disagree with you. I think he's a smarter man than that.
You said your top 5. I'm going to say my top 5 as of right now.
Okay.
I have AC to win. Osborne 2nd. We know he crashed in practice yesterday. I don't care. He's crashed hard before in a heat and came back and done well in the main. Roxon I have 3rd. He always starts the season off strong. Webb in 4th. Anderson in 5th. and my wild card is Savatgy. So I don't even have Barsha or Tomac in my top 5.
Yeah, you're crazy.
And I have many reasons for
Justin Barsha has won the last 2 opening rounds. Doesn't matter what bike he's on. He's just pumped up. And, dude, he's a different man this year. I know it gets old, but Barsha on this gas will be a better Barsha than we saw in 2020. I wish I had that in front of me. Changed my mind. He will be in the top 5 tonight. What do you guys think? Comment below.
Hey, Chase, I've actually got a poll for that. So let's run a poll and see what everyone else thinks.
You guys are going to see a poll coming up on the screen right now. We want to see your votes. Get it up there, Josh. Come on now. Here we go. Barsha's. All right.
Somebody's got Barsha in first. Dustin Moore. Barsha won't make the top 5. I'm the biggest Barsha fan. It's fantasy. This is not personal.
Man, Dustin Moore's saying false. He's the same Barsha. I don't know, Dustin.
I just want to put it out there. We're fans of all these dudes. We're not hating on them in any type of way. This is fantasy.
If he is the same Bam Bam, he's still going to get a top 5 tonight.
Oh, Ruben. Tomac is not being in there.
Ooh.
And my big reason is starts. I'm sorry. Like,
for Tomac?
Past seasons, even later on in the season, when it gets thinned out, people start settling in where they want to be.
Yeah.
He might be able to make more of a charge. Tonight, he starts 12th, 8th. I don't know if he's going to be passing all these types of people.
Well, look, we got the poll up on the screen right now. Is Bam Bam going to live up to the gas hype? Vote, ! Vote yes or no. And we want to see, is he going to live up to the hype this year? Because Barsha's probably, of all the 450 guys coming back this year, there's the most hype around him. Which puts a lot of pressure on him, too, because if he doesn't live up to the expectation, Barsha, I could see being done after this year, at least on a factory bike.
If he's going to do well, it's going to be this round. No doubt about that. What did he do last year? He's up there in the first round. I don't even think he got on the podium again.
The rest of the season. Yeah, he came out in the Anaheim one, which is typically wet and slick, not as much traction. But the start straight's definitely one that sticks out. Much longer start straight tonight.
You were talking about low lap times.
Dude, they're like 44 seconds.
Yeah, could get beat up, you said.
That's a lot of laps throughout the night. The whoops are not going to be more of blitz and whoops from what I've seen. I think guys are going to be jumping them pretty early because they're just going to get hammered so bad.
It's not going to hurt Coop and Muscan is what you're trying to say.
What's good is there are a lot of 180 turns on here, so that makes for better passing in my opinion. And the longer start straight could be a little bit more of an advantage for some guys who maybe aren't as good of starters like a Tomac or, I don't know, like a Tomac.
I'm just saying, his starts scare me. We've all been bit by Tomac.
And I was bummed that they pushed back the qualifying because I was going to watch. Because that second qualifying session,
they'll put a little more stank on.
You guys know that is pretty much a main event hole shot. Guys are trying to see where their starts are at. And so I kind of like to use that as judgment as to maybe who's got their start styled in a little bit more. But, we haven't seen that. So, anywho, going back, we've got the track trends. I want you guys to comment, though. What are your guys' thoughts on the track? Will it, separate anybody tonight? There is that one rhythm section where they were going, I think, 3-4 double.
Yeah.
Or that, there's a quad in the middle of there that if guys are hitting that during the night, other than that, everyone's doing the same line. So kind of curious to see what's going to be a separator for tonight.
We do have to mention McElrath looks like he's not out there. If he's in your picks.
Yeah. He would have been a good pick for 10th place, honestly.
He'd have been
not a lot of stats for him to back it up, but he would have been a good pick, I think, for 10th place.
Max Ansey got hurt yesterday or the day before. Something
Max
like
Ansey, it's hard.
Too.
Ugh.
But
look at that. Genis MX Gelada says no rookie top 5. They agree.
It's the safest bet right now.
I don't know, man. All right, so injuries, suspension, things we got to talk about. Ferranis, you don't need to worry about that guy. We haven't seen McElrath tonight, so do not put him in your picks. Also, obviously, Max Anstie. Other than that, though, we've got a healthy lineup. We've got a lot of really, really fast dudes coming in. Joey Savatgy is back. Justin Bogle will be there. Marvin Muscan.
Yep.
So Cooper Webb's 100% healthy. So good to see all your top dudes ready to rock and roll. But real quick, Christian, or Josh, how are we doing on that poll? I want to see. There you go. Barsha is going to live up to the hype. Bam, bam.
It's
gas.
Slim. It's pretty slim.
Doesn't matter, dude. A win's a win. A win's a win.
I was going to see some Barsha.
All right, well, we're going to hit you guys with some more polls here in a little bit. But, speaking of Muscan, real quickly, what do you do with him tonight?
I don't have him in my top 5.
Do you guys comment below? I want to know who has Marv in their top 5 tonight. With the whoops not being as gnarly as you would think, and maybe it's going to be a good night for Marv.
Well, the thing is, with all the riders that are in, everyone's healthy, everyone's fast. We don't really know exactly where everyone's at. So my point is just saying, yeah, this guy could. And we all know most of these guys up here can at least top 5, if not podium, and win. But for fantasy, that doesn't help. We have to narrow it down to your 5 safest or riskiest picks.
Well, looking at these comments that are flooding in right now, it doesn't look like Marv is a favorite or a common pick for top 5.
I agree. I mean, I got to see what he does first. I don't feel safe putting him in the top 5 round 1. I just don't. He's, like you said, he didn't look too great outdoors. Maybe he was just taking it easy, but
Krista Gilreath had him in his top 5 early, but she's going to decide after second qualifying if it ever happens.
I like that move.
Oh, speaking of, still haven't got the second qualifying session underway, so I think it's a scoring thing. Hopefully they get that rocking, because otherwise you finish second qualifying session, and 30 minutes later you got the night show's going to start. So
we're going to have to do something.
They need to get that going. Well, look, do you have any bold prediction for 2021, Christian?
I think Mookie wins a race. I'm just going to put it out there. I think Malcolm Stewart wins a race. He's led laps last year, the year before, whatever.
He has. He won a heat race.
He's been up there. I just have a good feeling about Mookie this year.
Do you?
So
I don't know.
Throw that out there.
Look at that. Malcolm Stewart, he broke the top 5 2 times last season. He won 1 heat race. You know, those aren't stats to me that make me feel like this guy's going to win a race. Not when the class is this stacked, and not when you're on a brand new Yamaha. Where's he qualifying? He's around 10th or so. I think he's about 7th or 8th.
Yeah, somewhere right there. He's in 7th.
Does he win a race this year? If everything plays out in his favor, he gets a hole shot, and you don't have the top guys right behind him, I could see it happening.
He would need a little help.
He needs a little bit of help with that. Okay.
I could see it happening.
Okay.
That's what I hope happens this season. So.
Yeah, I mean, his average finish was 8.19 last year. Those are not numbers that give me all that confidence.
He finished strong.
I think he's a good pick for 10th tonight, to be honest with you.
I had him in wild card beforehand. I took him out.
Yes, Rocco BO3, he is on Yamaha. Look at that, Henrik Patterson. What's up, Henrik? Shout out to one of our old editors that used to be here. Won't win, but he will be on the podium. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that easily this season.
Butcher says his dreads are longer, that adds 5 horsepower. Dreads are pretty heavy. That might take away a few horses.
I love them. I had cornrows a little bit ago.
Oh, gosh. Well, here's one of my bold predictions. I think Adam Cianciarulo will be our points leader by round 4.
I think that's possible.
He's matured. His starts are dialed. The man hole-shotted like 7 races in a row in outdoors. He was crushing it last year. I could see AC being your points leader. Look at that. Took 2nd overall in motocross. Just 12 points behind your leader. So the man is a full season of 450s under his belt.
Yeah.
He didn't finish the whole season last year, though. That was the only thing that concerned me, is he kept crashing. He kept making those small mistakes that were kind of reminiscent of his 250 days.
Yeah.
But look at that. He led 37 total laps in 8 rounds that he raced.
Yeah.
That man, if he just keeps it on 2, he shows a little bit more poise. I almost said poise. He, I think, will be your points leader by round 4. Do you guys agree with me? Comment.
In outdoors.
Do you agree with me?
When he's racing Supercross, he was in the front. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I have him picked to win tonight.
I don't know.
Unless anyone can change my mind, I'm picking AC to win tonight.
Kobe Knight, who's watching this, who also is one of our editors here. Kobe, AC, points leader, round 4. Come on now. What do you guys think? Comment below. We want to see what you guys are thinking. AC will be a contender from Dustin Moore. 4229 says absolutely not. That is just shutting me down.
I don't know.
Ooh, I just saw that qualifying just started. That's what I heard. All right. Well, let's talk about it, though. What?
We both have AC in. We're talking about their top 5 contenders here.
Yeah, we are.
You don't have Osborne in your top 5.
No.
Why not?
He had his really bad crash yesterday. Don't know exactly how he's feeling yet.
Okay.
He was the outdoors champ. He did win the last round in Salt Lake last year, so he's got some momentum. You know, he started 3rd or better in the last 6 rounds. He was in the top 5 a lot. If Osborne finishes in the top 5 tonight, it won't surprise me. But I wouldn't be surprised if he finished 8th or 9th either. So hey, you know what? This is what I got right here, okay?
You think
don't be haters.
Those 5
Well, why do you think he's going to be in your top 5? Why Osborne?
Dude, nobody's hotter than Osborne right now. Nobody.
He does have those new FMF goggles on.
Yeah, he does.
Those are pretty
nice.
fiery.
I like those. But, I mean, just in Salt Lake, he didn't finish worse than 5th overall. He was on the podium every round but 3 of the 7. Won the last one, won outdoors. the guy's crashed before and come back strong. But his starts. Look at his starts in last year, in the last 6 rounds.
Yeah.
1-1, 3-3, 1-2. That's going to do it right there. I don't see how anyone who could start third or better should be out of your top 5.
Hey, you remember that whole Barsha comment you made? Guess who is at the top of the leaderboard right now with a 45.2 in second qualifying session? Justin Bam Bam on the gas. You heard it right, folks. You put that man in your top 5. You put that man in your top 5.
I wish I was as big as him.
If you guys are watching this, how do you not put Barsha in your top 5? He's so fired up this year. Webb second, Rocks in third. Man, where did Tomac go?
I love Barsha. I love, even through the hard times with no one like
Tomac
Barsha.
is in 15th right now, but this is off the. All right. So
enough to take Anderson or Osborne or one of these guys out? I don't think so.
All right. So there's Osborne for you, which we disagree on. Let's talk about Eli Tomac, though. Comment below who has Tomac in their top 5.
I don't.
Who's got him winning tonight?
Not me.
Yeah, Webb is looking quicker now. That's right, Amy Wicks. You don't. Sex, yeah. Who's got Tomac? Look at this. He needs 7 wins to tie Villapoto at 41 races to do it. He had 7 last season.
Year, yeah. That's
these
a
are
big
talking about
milestone.
is like he's a Hall of Famer. He got the title last year. Here's the only part that scares you and I is his average start last year was 7.48.
That ain't
you
gonna win
can't get a 7th place start with this field tonight.
But it's not even about winning anymore.
You know what's even better, more of a case for Osborne, is you're not passing that man easily. If Tomac has to pass Osborne, that could take all night.
Yeah, and if you look at Tomac too, he's never won a season opener. That's another big thing too.
He's literally lost his pants at a season opener.
The one time he was leading the season opener, he literally lost his pants and had to pull out because he hurt his shoulder.
Plus, it seems like the real contenders, the people that mentally think, I'm going to win this season.
Yeah.
It's like Ricky always says, you can lose the championship at the first round, but you can't win it.
Mm-hmm.
I see Tomac as let's get in, get a solid result, move on, let the dust settle, and then he'll see what he needs to do to win.
Hey, guess who's in third right now? Our man, Joey Savacci.
That's what I like to see.
Oh, that's not looking. Tomac's back in 8th. Holy smokes. Here we go. I'm glad I have Tomac in 5th right now. All right, so Eli Tomac, Cooper Webb.
I have him in.
You should have Cooper Webb in your top 5.
I don't see any reason to not have Webb in there.
AC9 Lit Kit from Twist and Shout Moto. Fox fanboy over there.
There's a couple fanboys in that chat room.
Sexton is top 5. He is a man. I think a rookie. I think if there's going to be a rookie in the top 5, it's going to be Sexton.
He has the best chance, no doubt. Ferrandis doesn't look too good to me right now. I mean, who knows what it means, but Sexton is flying.
Yeah.
Just don't get caught. You can't get caught in that main.
Oh, my goodness. You're ridiculous.
Let's go with Anderson. You have him nowhere near your top 5. What's going on with that?
Anderson was probably one of those riders where I was debating it and just couldn't pull the trigger if I wanted to or not. I was really just because, last year just wasn't that stellar. He hasn't gotten a win since 2018. He hasn't won since 2018. He got hurt in 2019. He came back last year. But it was just, for me, just kind of a less than stellar performance. But he has won.
He's won
the opener round.
I'll give it to you. I wouldn't put him to win. He's not getting near my top spot. But 4th or 5th is his home.
You really think so?
Like. I'd pick Anderson over Barsha this week, no doubt. I'm sorry, I would.
Well, we're going to get...
You got a guest lined up. Look at Anderson. Had a couple bad rounds in Salt Lake, but from round 10 on was top 5. 4, 4, 3, 5, 2.
Yeah, but that's the end of the year when riders are depleted. I'm looking more at like the start of the season, and Anderson's got to prove to me he's.
Look at this. Anderson last year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 5 rounds was in the top 5 with 2/3.
Okay, maybe
and
I'm
you're
wrong.
picking Barsha over him.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Because
why?
Because Anderson's 9th right now in qualifying. Sexton's on top. Muscan's in 2nd. Tomac's in 6th.
Turn qualifying off. It is.
I can't. It is screwing with my brain right now.
Oh my god!
It is killing me.
I'll say right there, Anderson is qualified, 9th, and still got on the podium before.
Justin Bogle isn't even in the top 20 right now.
Oh, that's not good.
Ferrandis is back in 16th. He has not been in the top 10 in qualifying yet today.
Okay, we're on agreement with Ferrandis.
Yeah,
today.
he should not be in your top 5.
Not top 5 material.
I
maybe
am not impressed with Ferrandis.
Okay.
Do not do that.
I'm agreeing. Maybe the wrist has hurt a little bit more than we thought.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does before he's going to get into my top 5s.
But first, let's jump over to Mr. 94, the man that I have picked to win tonight. What are you guys doing? Comment below. Joe Oro says he's changed his picks 8 times today, and he says it'll be a couple more times. Joe, we are in the same boat. Christy, we get this number plates from a Cherubies if you're wondering.
Our OG expert, Sean Powell. Christian Craig is still the fastest rider today on a 250.
I would strongly disagree with that.
That's what he's
He
saying.
needs a title to back that up. Look at that. Owen Stubber says Roxon is winning. I agree. Look.
I have him 3rd.
You think so?
I have him 3rd.
Look, he's got a good mustache. He's a new dad.
The mustache adds to it, yes.
He had the red plate last year. He was winning races. He finished in 3rd place overall. But the big just kind of like cloud that's hanging over Roxon right now that's going to make a lot of people not know is look at last year in Salt Lake when he just basically his health and his body literally would not allow him to do it.
It sucks. It's like I said, any normal human being would have retired 3 years ago. He's still out there at the top.
Yeah, look at Cooper Webb. He's back in 13th.
For how much longer is the question?
I don't know. And here is one thing that you people have to realize watching qualifying right now. Don't let it go too much to your head like I am, because from 1st all the way to 15th, there is less than 1 second difference between the top 15 guys.
I like Amy Wicks. Mustache gives him an edge for sure. You can't deny that.
Yeah. I wish I could grow a strong mustache. But going back to Roxon, though, his average finish in 2020 was 3.43. So I think he's got to be in your top 5. A healthy Ken Roxon's a top 5 rider. Like, no questions asked, right?
First round, guaranteed. Last round of the season, we'll have to talk about that then. Because, it's going to be a long season, quick turnarounds. I don't see that being good for him.
Yeah, I don't know. As long as his health is in check. I'm not worried about long-term. I'm worried about tonight right now.
Yes,
Houston
exactly.
won.
I have him 3rd. He gets strong starts. Always comes out good in the opener.
And he's won the opening round twice.
Yes.
Pretty.
Big up on Roxon's.
Yep. All right. Now let's go to AC. We've talked about him a little bit, all right?
Talked about him a little bit. I have him to win, dude. I mean, his starts last season when he was out there, 4.47, 2.112. He's going to get a good start. And he threw it away. He threw a win away in the first round last year. Led 7 laps there, was way out there and took himself out. So
that's what I mean. Like last year, he led a ton of laps. I mean, it was 2.76, 8.428. Like he was right around in the top 5, podium guy, right in that range. He's just got to keep it on 2. But his starts,
his biggest enemy.
His starts were so good.
Yeah,
that's what gives me hope for AC tonight. That he could, if he won tonight, I would not be surprised one bit.
Yep, and coming back from injury, he looked good, like you said, in the outdoors.
Yeah, and some people are asking about Dean Wilson on here. No, not a top 5 guy for me.
I would say at best wild card. I mean, just nothing against him. It's just the class is so stacked right now. And
so you look at that. Brop 71 OL has AC 2nd after K-Rock.
I like that.
I like your picks because they match up with mine. Tomac just jumped to 2nd place in the qualifying. Thank you for the update. Oh, Tomac might be a guy that I switch up a little bit. We will see.
He can qualify first. I'm not putting him in my top 5.
Yeah.
To him, this is a marathon, not a sprint. He's going for the season, not tonight.
All right.
AC wins. RMX, Benahoff, I agree. Wilson won't have a factory ride after the season. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far.
We've debated this a lot, but let's get a second opinion on this, shall we? Let's get our friend Tevin Tapia on the phone.
Love it.
And let's get him to talk a little bit about himself.
Long-time rider. Recently retired.
Here we go. Tevin Tapia coming in hot right now.
Hello.
Tevin.
What's up, guys?
How we doing, my man?
We're doing good. Obviously wish I was out there riding right now, not on the phone with you guys, but this is
small chance to walk, and yet here you are riding e-bikes. So give us a little background on that.
yeah, it was just a normal day. I went out to Fox Raceway, just to go do some riding with one of my buddies and my dad, and I was just warming up, and I hit a jump, and when I landed, they tilled the landing. I don't know why they tilled the landing, but they did. But stuff happens, and when I landed, it was so soft. The bike just came to a stop, and I just went right over the bars, and it was just like it happened so quick, and I was just warming up. I wasn't even really trying hard, and yeah, I ended up breaking my neck, broke my C6 and C7, and then also had something called jumped facet. That was kind of the bad thing. So they call that being internally decapitated.
Oh my gosh!
So when that happens, you only have about a 30% chance of surviving.
Wow.
Because where the bones are, there's about a pinky width hole in between the bones where your spinal cord runs. So my spine twisted and popped off. So for that not to sever my spinal cord and kill me is a miracle, and not to be severed and paralyze me. It was the spinal cord was nicked, so it caused some weird stuff going on with me. I was actually paralyzed for about a month, and my wires are all twisted now, but everything's getting better. So my left side has I had no movement but full feeling, and then my right side I had no feeling but full movement.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So it's pretty rare condition called Brown's cord syndrome. But obviously all that's getting better. They didn't know if it was going to get better. They're like, we're optimistic, and then one doctor's like, oh, I don't think your leg's ever gonna work again. And so I was just like, I just need a little bit of belief, and one of my surgeons said he's optimistic, and I was like, that's all I need. If you believe, I already believe, but if you believe, that says a lot.
Yeah.
And I just prayed and worked hard, and and just had a never quit attitude, and my family was super supportive, and I have a little boy, so it's kind of I wanted to get better so I could start playing with him again.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, Christian and I both have young kids. So, wow.
I've been a fan of Tapia for a long time. I ran into him in the JDR KTM team back in the day. And then, a fun fact, with the fantasy winners, I think it was the first or second Monster Energy Cup, we ran into him at at the Monster Energy party, and dude, he was this larger than life type of dude. I've been the biggest Tapia fan ever since. I think we was doing some type of Seahawks chant going on there. So,
oh yeah.
So when he got hurt, man, it really sucked, and it was pretty cool how the whole industry kind of circled around and came to help out. So man, I'm glad it's all working out.
Yeah, it was really cool to have so many people come out and help, and it's like wow, like because like you're like yeah, I got hurt and everything, like you don't think everyone's gonna care that much. Like they care, but like it. I had a lot of people tell me, like, man, like this one really like hit home, and like I had a couple of my friends actually say they couldn't ride for a couple weeks, and I mean that hurt me that it affected people so much. Like I was like, man, I don't want people to like not ride dirt bikes because of what happened. Things happen, but it was cool for people to really care. But then I was bummed because it like made people like kind of be scared. So that was kind of like crappy feeling, but at the same time I was like, man, I love that everyone's showing how much they appreciate my presence and stuff. So it was really cool.
Well, hey man, so happy to hear you're doing well, and it could have been so much worse, so you should be grateful for what you got. So exactly,
100%.
Tevin, well, let's jump into the nitty-gritty here, because Christian and I we're here battling back and forth, doing a little debating, talking about the race tonight. And when you look at how stacked, and we say this every year, like the class is so stacked, but not every year do you get three rookies who are all champions, or McElrath didn't win one, but he battled for one almost every year.
Oh yeah.
How would you look at, say, if you watch qualifying tonight, what would be your strategy tonight, Tevin, if you were making your top five, or how do you choose your winner for tonight's race? Do you think it's easy, or do you just throw out some dice and pick a number?
It's never easy because it's motocross. Anything can happen. But if you look how close all the lap times, I think it was like from first to like 14th are all in the same second, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So look at who's been a good starter throughout the year. You got Osborne, you got Barsha, you got Adam. Adam's been a good starter. We don't know how well Chase is gonna to start on his 450 in Supercross, but you got to look at Tomac. He's not a good starter, and the lap times are so close right now. It's gonna be hard for him to make passes and cut through the pack.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it. First off, who's a good starter, and then you get the lap times are in 40 seconds, so 20 minutes. You're going to do a lot of laps. You got to stay really focused. It's rutted, it's gnarly. So look at the guys that have that been around for a long time, that have had that focus and know how to do 40 laps. I mean, not 40, but a lot of laps.
Well, for me, with
consistent,
with Tomac,
be mentally strong.
Yeah, Tomac makes me nervous because of his starts. Like you mentioned, I have him in 5th place right now. But what does give me some sort of hope is Tomac, he seems to just be the guy that can make a track that is so blown out and so ruddy, he can still make it look like he's not trying that hard, and he can make passes where everyone else is just kind of like, they're trying to like work their way around where Tomac's just manhandling. So that's the only reason. Go ahead.
There's been times, too, where I'm like, everyone's like, man, Tomac's an animal. But then, like, you get it from a rider's perspective that was riding that track all day long, and you know how actually gnarly that track is. And then watching the stuff that he still does, it's like I've said probably multiple times last year, I'm like, Tomac's an alien. Like, that mud race between
him and Coop.
I could barely even ride a lap on that track. It was so jaggered and messed up and potholes, and you hit a jump and your hands want to fly off because there's a hole in the face. Like, and these guys are tripling stuff, and like they lapped like what to like 3rd, 4th place, and I'm just like, Cooper and Tomac are just aliens. It's like how do they ride motorcycles like that?
Well, yeah, Tomac's like, the bike felt good, so I just felt like I could jump everything. You're like, okay,
he's an animal.
No big deal.
Like, when you're taking the top riders in the world and they're struggling to get around this, and you have 2 guys who are just like, as if the track's not mud, it's pretty insane what they can do.
Yeah. It's like it was baffling just to watch. I was like, I have no words. Like, these guys are animals. Like, when I was in practice that day, I'm like, dude, because in Salt Lake, you're automatically in the night show because that's just how they had it for, COVID reasons. So, like, man, I'm just going to do a couple laps because, like, this isn't that fun. And, like, because the track was so gnarly. And then you just watch these guys just, like, no big deal. And you're just like, man,
that's crazy.
Well, how do I get that good? Like, I want to be that good.
Yeah.
But also you got to look at Coop, too. Coop never really has that great of times, starting the season.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden he, pulls the start and he's solid and that's something about Coop. Once he gets that confidence, he's hard to knock down. So, you kind of
going to live up to the hype on the new bike. Your opinion on that?
Well, what do you mean as far as winning?
Where does
tonight,
he finish
or
the
just
season?
doing well?
Yeah, he's won the last 2 openers. Do you put him in title contention for the year? Like, should he be in people's top 5 picks tonight?
Tonight, I would give if he can get that start, he'll be top 5 for sure. I don't think he'll win, just because. I mean, I hope no one gets upset with me, but
it's
there's
fantasy,
a lot of
it's not
hype.
personal.
There's a lot of hype on him right now.
Yeah.
And usually when it's A1, no one's really talking about him. So it's like, yeah, they mention him, but it's not like he's not Tomac, he's not Webb, he's not Anderson or guys that won the championship and everyone's just talking about it. So A1, he's just in there, no pressure, and he just goes and wins. But now he kind of put that pressure on himself in a way by doing the A1 thing with Gas Gas. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was really cool in what they did.
Yeah.
But he put pressure on himself and all this hype now that he has to go out and win. So once he actually wins A1, in the past years, he's got the red plate and there's pressure on him, and he kind of folds. He can't hold the plate.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of thinking now. He kind of put that pressure on himself and saying, "Oh, he won A1." That little publicity thing they did, which was cool. I'm not ragging on that at all. but kind of put the bullseye on him now. So maybe he'll kind of come back to haunt him. We'll see.
Is he in your top 5 tonight? And where do you have him?
I did put him in. I think I put him in my top 5. I'm gonna go back. I've been like debating on what I'm gonna do because like so many people like there's so many guys you don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't even like know who to pick because it's like anyone can win.
Yeah, and that's where we're struggling. You could say that about 10 guys, but it doesn't. Like when you have to submit those picks, who's going to be in there for you?
So I think I had him in my top 5, and then I thought about it and I switched it. So this is what I have right now.
All right, let's hear them.
I'm going to make some switches after qualifying. This was before my qualifying. I had Cooper Webb as winning. I had Adam as second. I had Roxon as third. I had Sexton as fourth, and Tomac as fifth. And then my wild card was the 10th was Brandon.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
So no Anderson, no Osborne.
Osborne crashed.
Christian's upset with you right now. We argued about this earlier because I didn't have Osborne in my top 5 either.
It's just making me second guess
when you crash and ring your bell and press, not a good way to start the weekend.
Well, then you start thinking about like I can't do that again. Like I can't start out my 21 debut with freaking 2 crashes 2 days in a row. But well, Tevin, man, we appreciate it. You know, it's fantasy so fun, and you're experiencing what we go through each and every week, where you second guess yourself at least 20 times. And you're right. I want to go back real quick. I think you're absolutely right about Barsha. I said the same thing. Is that he put so much pressure on himself this year. I think that he didn't need to. And I think the industry's also hyped him up as well.
Yeah.
But doing that whole A1 teaser thing with TLD, I'm like, dude, now everyone's expecting to go out and just freaking rip a whole shot and win. So, I don't know.
Hey, but he could surprise us. He can go out there and just do what he's supposed to do, whole shot and win.
Wouldn't surprise me. You never know.
Yeah, it's moto. It's moto. That's like with football, fantasy. There's you got a team. It's a team thing. Like in moto, it's one man. That's your guy. He could just have a bad day, or he could just have a really good day. So it's hard. It's
true.
Really hard to tell. But I'm just wishing all these guys the best of luck, and all of them stay safe, and then everyone listening. If one of the riders have a bad day, man, don't get mad at them. It sucks when you guys sit there and yell at us on Twitter, or something like that. So be nice and understand we're still people. And
dude, that's my biggest pet peeve. These aren't like characters or video game, dude. These are real people.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? They're risking more than most sports out there every night. If it's going to be negative or hating on anyone, I don't even want to hear it. If it's fantasy ranking people, that's one thing, but I don't want to hear any bad talk about any riders either. It's just 100%. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Yeah.
So.
And always remind yourself that any one of these guys would lap you 50 times in a 10-minute moto. So
exactly.
Get out of here.
I could throw a helmet on and probably beat him right now. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, respect.
So you Karens, you hush up.
All right, Tevin. Well, hey, man, we appreciate you calling in. Thanks for the info. So glad that you have overcome that really bad decapitation, which is sounds gnarly, and it was. So thanks for calling in, man.
Hey,
and
everybody needs to make sure to join his group, too.
Yeah, what's the name of your group, Tevin?
Yeah, Team Tapia 211.
There you go.
So it's open, and come join us, and let's have some fun.
Yep.
That's what I like.
All right, Tevin. Well, hey, we appreciate it, and good luck on your picks tonight.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, and good luck to everyone else. Good luck to you guys. Hopefully you guys woke up on old Daniel Blair there. And
that's right.
And show him what's up.
All right, man. We'll talk soon.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
What a good guy.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Josh, what's our next poll? We got more polls to go. We got to do another poll before we jump into some wild card stuff.
Do we beat you finally shamed Daniel Blair into defending his trophy against us.
Yeah, because he backed out last year because he just didn't want to. It's like,
scared.
That's lame.
He was scared.
Like, would Tomac just sit out this year because he wanted to have the one plate for one extra year?
Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's talk about a wild card watch. Let's bust through these real quick because racing's getting close. We're getting antsy. We got to make sure everyone's getting their picks in. But Wild card watch. We've got riders like Joey Savacci up here.
That's my pick.
You think so? You've got him in, what, wild card, 10th place?
I have him in wild card right now.
All right, I want to see comments right now. Who does everyone have in 10th place tonight for their wild card? Because this, to me, I still haven't decided what my wild card is going to be. And while you're thinking about that, who's your go-to rider for getting fantasy points? We want you guys to comment. Same thing. Put I or exclamation point vote and then 20 or the number of the rider that is always your go-to. Hey, look, I'm one of those.
Chase?
Yeah, that's not Sexton. That's me. Because they know
did the Chase
who the
fanboy
source is.
get a hold of this
Chase
poll
fanboy.
or what?
Hey, I haven't seen him yet in the comments. Don't jinx me. But while you guys are voting on that, let's just talk about Joey Savacci real quick. New team, new bike, did not race Supercross last year. Do you really think he qualified well?
I mean, he was the 9th in the first qualifying session. Let's not take away from the man. He was like 2 turns away from being a 250 champ over Osborne. The guy's got speed. He's got to be fresh. Being out for so long. I think 10th is pretty possible for him.
Premix and pedals as Tomac in 10th. Like, come on now. We got Anderson in there.
Anderson.
Yeah, there's a lot of Eli Tomac's in 10th place. That's kind of scary a little bit.
I see a lot of Savacci.
Yeah, Savacci would be a good one. Brayton. All right, but that poll, let's see here. Tomac is the guy to go to for points. Surprisingly, when Webb has the average or the better overall average finish. But hey, Dean Wilson.
Blair is talking smack.
He's always talking smack. What about Dean Wilson? Is this guy a top 5 guy? Possibly. Like, could he be a spoiler alert and just come out? I got him right here.
He ran up front in an opener before. Him and Malcolm did it.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Remember the mud race?
Yeah, we thought him or Malcolm was gonna win that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to watch. But he only finished on the podium one time last year.
And it was the last race.
It was the last race of the year.
I'm saying it's a stretch.
Okay.
It's a stretch right now.
I think he's a better pick for wild card tonight.
I think so, too.
He qualified on top in the open qualifying, but for me, you guys are problem Stewart. You know, Malcolm Stewart broke the top 5 twice last year out of 17 races. Not a top 5 guy for me tonight just because of those stats. And his average finish of 2020 was 8.19.
Well, he even set himself that goal last year was just have solid results.
Just to get through the year.
See where you go. He might push it a little bit more this year, but
still. Wild card, I see Mookie as a good wild card spot.
Plessinger.
I don't even know what to do with this guy. He is probably one of the most – his starts are up and down. His finishes are up and down. Look, he took 9th twice last year, 10th 3 times, and 11th twice last season. So his average finish was 10.52. So he is a good wild card pick.
He's around there, yeah, but like you said, he could be anywhere.
Oh, man, that is a good pick for wild card. AP, I'm going to have to think about that one. All right, Josh, how are we doing on that poll over there?
Let's see. Tomac's still on top, which is surprising. I feel like Tomac's pretty inconsistent last couple of years for points. But, Christian, do you still have that stat on Anderson? Like, if last year people kept Anderson in 3rd place the whole year, they would have gotten, like, a couple hundred points.
I think it was 4th place. He would have had, like, a quarter of what the grand prize winner had just himself.
Really?
So that's why I like to keep him in the 4th, 5th range.
All right. Well,
you have to go by some of those rules. We've hacked the matrix a few times. That's one of the things we've got out of it.
And as we get farther into the season, as you guys are tuning in each week, you're going to start to see some numbers that start to really correlate, like where riders are finishing in a main event compared to where they qualify. Yep. We talk about the average, are they this many spots better, this many spots worse? We talk about, if a rider starts in the top 5, how often did he stay there?
This year will be interesting, too, of how they do when the races are 3 days later.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So we'll be digging into all that. Hopefully it'll help us all get our picks so we can beat all our friends that aren't watching this.
That's right. So it looks like Tomac's still the best one. And we got one other poll I want to do real quick because this is a big topic for everyone. Josh, we've got a poll that talks about what rookie's going to make the biggest splash this year, correct?
Yes, we do.
Let's do that one to finish it out. What rookie is going to make the biggest splash in the 2021 season? Right now, my money would be on Chase Sexton, then Ferrandis, then McElrath.
Got it backwards.
And then, no, I don't. And then Hartraft.
McElrath, number 1 for sure.
All right.
We don't have Hartraft up there. But
okay.
if you want to vote for him, put it in the chat.
There you go.
I'm going McElrath. Like everybody's been saying, he's won more 250 races than both those guys.
Look at that. There's people voting for me in the last poll as the best points,
Maybe some
Mr.
people are
Dependable over
I don't
here.
know. That's
wow.
weird.
Sexton is just pouring in right now.
No. I love Sexton. I like
What do you
Sexton.
mean? He's the only one that's gotten a vote so far. Ferrandis' qualifying was terrible today.
Yeah, Ferrandis.
It's that Yamaha, bro.
I like all three of them. I really do. But when McElrath comes back,
another
things are
bold
gonna
statement.
happen.
Sexton will get podiums this year. Ferrandis will not. Ferrandis will not get on the podium this year.
The more I think about it, that actually kind of makes sense to me.
Ferrandis will not get on the podium. Sexton, yes. Ferrandis, that's a hard no.
McElrath's making noise when he comes
That
like a field
450 Yamaha has been a plague for any top-level 250 rider. Cooper Webb, Aaron Plessinger, and now Ferrandis. Those guys have had what you could call horrendous results on that motorcycle.
I'm just going to say right now, I got the McElrath haircut in tribute.
Oh, my gosh. McElrath has a busted shoulder right now. He's not even racing.
When that
He's
shoulder's
already
healed,
behind.
People are going to feel the wrath.
All right, we're getting some
I'm just saying.
McElrath and some Ferrandis votes in there.
Have you guys seen the combined qualifying yet?
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Who is your top? Give us your top.
Sexton's the top qualifier.
Thank you. People are right.
It's Sexton, Tomac, Muscan, Roxon, Stewart, Barsha, Ferrandis, AC, Anderson, Savachi in 10th. Might be a sign.
Where's Plessinger?
Plessinger's 17th.
Oh, boy.
But he always finishes better than he
He's
qualifies.
never been a good qualifier.
That's normal.
He hasn't been. That's normal.
From what I take away from this, Osborne and Plessinger always finish way better than they qualify. Don't worry about that.
I'm not worried about it because he's not my top 5. But anyway, take a look at qualifying. And like I said, check back each and every week because we're going to look at these qualifying results. Then we compare to how they stack up to the main event finishes. We look at average starts, average finishes.
Yep.
We give you the best stats possible. That's why you guys got to be watching the show each week because not only do we pick with our hearts in some cases, but we back it up with stats.
Well, we're normal dudes here. We don't have the connections most people have. We got to make this happen from stats and information we can gather. So.
A Troy Marsh just said 7 deuce making the main. I'm going to give you, I'd give Adam, as much as I love that guy.
What's your over-under on that, percentage-wise, tonight?
I'd give him like a 10% chance of making the main event.
It's scary because everyone's out there.
You just have too many good guys. Sorry.
He's going to have to get a good start in the LCQ. I don't want to see him battling back in the LCQ.
Look at that. Brock Hall brought up a good point. Barsha hole-shotted that second qualifying session. I told you that's like a gate drop. Barsha will top 5 tonight. I might even move him farther up in my picks. I'm just calling it right now.
How much I put in.
You got suntan, baby.
Yes, I do have suntan. That's right. All right. Well, look, those are the stats. That's all the best information we can give you for tonight. It was really good to do some bench racing. Tevin called in. But, Christian, let's lock them in real quick. Give me your top 5. Well, actually, I'll just give you mine real quick because I've already got them up here.
Have they changed?
No. Roxon, AC, Cooper, Barsha. Barsha might flip-flop when we're done here. We'll see there. And then I've got Tomac for 5th. I'm going to go Plessinger, which you've got his number plate. I'm going to go Plessinger for my wild card. What are you doing right now?
I'm not taking Osborne out. I'm just not doing it. I'm going to ride that one out. Anderson qualifying 9th. I'm not too worried about it.
He's still in your top 5.
I'm keeping them all. I don't think I'm going to mess with my picks.
Okay, list them off for the people watching right now. What are your top 5?
AC, I still think wins.
Okay, so you need this number plate right here.
AC
you think he wins
for the
tonight?
Win. I think he wins tonight. He's come back. I mean, we don't even want to bring up that Vegas race. But
Do you have Roxon in your top 5?
Yeah. Roxon.
Okay.
So I got AC first, Osborne second, Roxon third, Webb 4th, Anderson 5th, and Savachi in 10th. I'm sticking with it.
Ugh. All right. I don't like. I think
Osborne worries me. Now people are talking about the crash a lot more. I didn't want to think about it, but I'm keeping him in there. The dude he's tough.
Yeah, look at that. Skulls HD got Tomac for the win. Barsha, Roxon, Webb, and Osborne.
AC Dubs. Scooty Puff. Right there.
Scooty Puff.
AC Dubs. Love it.
All right. Like Krista Gildry says, if Webb qualified 13th, do you still put him up that high? Yes. Webb shows up when it's time to race a dirt bike. That guy qualifies. He's not really a heat lap kind of guy, but you can bet he'll be up front when the gate drops. And
there's our poll results. It's overwhelming to Sexton.
Thank
as far
you.
as who's going to make the impact this year.
I like
glad
the underdog.
there's a lot of people out there who have some common sense.
McElrath's been the underdog his whole career. He's coming back. I'm going to rock his haircut.
Dude, Sexton freaking had the better of him last couple of years. Can't do it.
Don't get caught.
You guys want to talk about power rankings?
Yeah, what are Feld's power rankings? How do our picks compare to those?
Oh,
I knocked my sign down.
Exposed.
My feet are exposed. You guys will see. Tomac, he's ranked number 1. Webb, Roxon, Zach Osborne.
AC 5th, Anderson 6th, Stewart 7th, Barsha 8th. Sexton 9th, Muscan 10th. I think this is long term. I don't know if I'd line my picks up for that. As championship contenders, this list makes sense to me.
Yeah, as far as top 5 goes, I mean, that's a good top 5. AC, Webb, Roxon, except for Osborne. AC, that's my top 5 minus Barsha.
I would switch Muscan with Barsha is the only thing I would do.
It sounds like Felda's onto something, minus you.
Well, they poll a bunch of experts over there. I think it's like 75 industry people build this list on average.
Yeah. Clint Dunlop says Sexton's a wild card choice. Could be as a first round opening round. I mean, he just needs to get out of there healthy. All right.
I'm going to see your
me just
Hawaiian
scrambling out
shorts.
front. They're not Hawaiian.
Flip-flops over there.
He's lying to you people. All right. Well, look, let's tell these people why they want to be playing RMFantasySX. Let's talk about some prizes that we're giving away because as you all know, or maybe you don't and you should, we give away over $100,000 in prizes during the year. We have our top 10 grand prizes, including 2 race prep dirt bikes.
Huge.
Look at that.
Huge.
Monster Cup back for 2021, baby.
No, it's not. That's old.
That's old. Oh, we got the wrong graphic up there.
It happens. Bear with us.
Psych, he says. But look, 2 race prep KTM dirt bikes.
Yep. Dunlop tires for a year. $2,500 Rocky Mountain spending spree. Can't be mad about that.
Heck no.
Alpine Stars gear and casual spending spree. Tusk tires and wheel kit for your UTV. Milestone video games coming back to hook people up with the new consoles and game. Those are always a good time.
Yeah.
Fly racing gear package. STASIC joining the fray. Get your kid a brand new STASIC and accessories. Here we go. Right there.
And Motion Pro. Always throwing it down.
Whoever wins that Motion Pro is just pumped.
Do all the work from home. Yep. And that's just your grand prize at the end of the year. But then we have 100 weekly prizes.
Yep.
Where you have 100 chances to win a prize. Keep in mind, too, with the weekly prizes, the best thing you can do to give yourself a chance to win is get your picks in early.
Yeah.
You could get a perfect score. We've had plenty of times during the year where people get perfect scores and still don't get a top 10 prize.
Yep.
Because they put their picks in too late.
And you rarely are going to win one of these without getting the wild card. So never, just spend some time on that pick. Don't overlook it.
But look at this. Round 1 weekly prizes started out with a $750 a cherry spending spree.
Outfit the whole family's rides.
Show is giving away a VFX Evo helmet. Fast Flex bars. Fox Gear is giving away a set of gear. Bridgestone Battlecross tires. Galfer's in there. Skosh giving away some rad accessories. Fly Casual package. Scott Prospect goggles. MX-9 mitts from Bell Helmets. And, of course, 90 Rocky Mountain ATV MC gift cards.
Yep, and people win them. Don't ever think you can't do it. I love those comments we get all the time. I played for a couple years and I finally won. So trust me, you can do it.
Yes. All right. Well, look, there you guys have seen why you want to be playing. Look, it is 2:30 Mountain Standard Time, which means the races are going to start here in an hour and a half. You have up till the night show starts to get your picks in. You can change them as much as you want to until then. But once the night show starts, they are locked in. And
right now is when you want to hit up your friends, family, get them in on time so you can compete all year.
One other important thing, too, is don't just roll over picks. Even if you want to keep your picks the exact same from one round to the next, it does not qualify you for a weekly prize. So you've got to make sure you update your picks, even if they're going to be the same, to keep yourself in the running for the weekly prizes. Yep, Christian, are we leaving anything out?
Yeah, we just barely peaked over 1,000 viewers at a time.
Awesome.
So thanks for watching. If you guys like the stream, you can like it. Also share with your buddies and stuff. And
don't we got the Discord rolling?
Yeah, we've got a Discord now.
Discord live, race chat. Share your memes with us.
Yeah. You can watch this show as many times as you need to because it will always be just uploaded right to YouTube. So go back and watch. And Christian and I are always wanting to bench race with you during the week too. So even if you comment on this video after it's done being live, we will still try our best to get back to you during the week and do a little bit more bench racing. So always watch those. Thank you so much.
Yeah, if we do good, we're going to rub it in. If we do bad, don't expect a comment back. I'm just going to stay away.
Well, for everyone out there who tuned in and watched tonight, thank you so much. Thank you again to Tevin Tapia. Shout out to that man for calling in.
Join his group.
And all
Kristen
we can
Beats.
Kristen Beats.
Pingrees. There's a bunch of
Yeah, the Whiskey
industry
Throttle.
celebrities in there. So
Nicole
Mike
and Carrie,
Mason.
Nicole Chiesa, Carrie Bowling.
I think they have the
some
record
OGs.
for the biggest season or the biggest group of all time.
Jeff Walker's got a group. He's going to be calling in this year. So
I'm pretty
go
sure
on there.
Scooty's got one too. Get in
Scooty
on
Puff
that.
Jr. Scooty Puff, we're going to have you calling this year.
Dude,
We've got to do
Pure
it.
gold.
From all of us here at Rocky Mountain ATVMC and the whole fantasy crew, we want to say thank you for tuning in. Good luck on your picks tonight, and we'll see you next week.